Welcome back to my humble game room. Let's talk about another subset collection. Of all the creative elements assembled into a video game, the name is one of the most crucial parts of the puzzle. It's the one thing on the lips of game players waiting for its release. It's how someone asks for it by literal name at the store. It sums up the entire experience waiting for you inside that shiny black disc. If it doesn't roll off the tongue just right, it's already going to leave a bad taste in a potential buyer's literal and figurative mouth. Some developers believe a long name is proper, more important sounding. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival, Road and Track presents The Need for Speed, Ogre Battle Limited Edition Ogre Battle Episode 5 The March of the Black Queen. Other developers, however, wanted your attention as quickly as they could, and that meant reducing their game name to the absolute simplest of terms. For some, it was abbreviations. For others, it was gimmicks, while others used other devious methods. Today, our featured subset collection celebrates all 8 games on the PlayStation whose names are 3 characters or less, punctuation not included. I'll tackle this list in alphabetical order, so it all starts with a game that should be well known to most folks, D. D has been one of my favorite full-motion video games since it came out, where you must solve the mystery of your father's sudden murderous rampage. Part of the mystery is solving the clues to the letter D itself, though that's pretty obvious halfway through the game. The second game in the list is Gex, a wisecracking gecko voiced by Dana Gould and ported from its original stint on the 3DO. A pretty good 2D action game that would eventually blossom into a 3D adventure game in the same vein as Spyro the Dragon. Shiny Entertainment and David Perry bring up the third entry to the subset, MDK. Shortened for Murder, Death, Kill, among other interesting possibilities, this third-person arena action game made, well, literal headlines with its crazy sniper helmet. Looking like someone slapped a giant calligraphy pen onto an action figure, MDK allows for one of the most rambunctious sniper zoom functions in gaming history. The player can actually see across most arena maps, side to side with their sniper scope, and pick off targets with ease. One of the more interesting games of its era, it's now more a playable historical footnote than anything else. Rounding the corner in the 4th spot is a game that helped us give away $50 in PSN currency, N2O. Short for Nitrous Oxide, the game remains the same great take on Tempest that we discussed in episode 99. Standing in the 5th place is O.D.T, a game that almost didn't make it to the list. O.D.T is short for Or Die Trying. The reason it's not excluded from the list that despite knowing what it stands for, the phrase is only used as a sort of tagline on the game case. Both the front and spine reveal its real name is just O.D.T. The game itself is a dark action game that somewhat abuses black-colored fog to create a spooky environment. Speaking of environments, the 6th game in this subset is the one game you need to own on the PlayStation for no other reason than its pure adrenaline, and that game is One. After the main character utters the words, "I made a mistake," the experience is a white-knuckle, never-ending, never-slowing-down, fast-paced, insane difficulty, an explosion-filled race to the end. It is the pinnacle of 1990s extreme culture of everything having to be faster, louder, and more of, well, more. If you've never heard of it or don't remember this game, go buy it right now. It literally is one to remember. Coming down the alphabetical list in 7th place is V.I.P, a bizarre genre choice based on a bizarre TV show that has since been long forgotten. You essentially play a hot dog seller turned bodyguard who then creates a team of beautiful bodyguards. The campiness aside, the game is pretty much a bunch of mini-games and controller-driven light gun sequences strung together. There are worse games to play on the PlayStation, but this one tries really hard to top that. Last, but certainly not least, is the second shortest name game on the PlayStation, Versus. A 3D fighting game in the same vein of Tekken and released by THQ, it was met with lukewarm response and not much else. Despite its high-resolution visuals, the game's bizarre choice of cast combined with no real tournament mode left it in the bargain bins. Speaking of bargains, the nice thing about this subset is that all but one of the games are fairly inexpensive. The only downfall is D, whose value has been bouncing all over the place as of late with no real explanation as to why. Maybe because of it being a long box, but what have you. Alright guys, there you have it. A subset of the shortest named PlayStation games makes for a great coffee table conversation piece, even if it's just a short one. 2018 is a month away, and that means the Living History Project hits 1998, which was the absolute golden era of the PlayStation's almost 10-year life cycle. It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you're here for the ride. Till then, I will see you on the next episode of Pause Mode. Have a great weekend, and as always, play, laugh, love. Take care.